What's going on, guys? Amazing YT here, back with another video, guys. And today, guys, we're going to be going over what gear sets are made for specific units. So we're going to go over some pretty popular characters. We're going to go over Esken, we're going to go over Gother, King, Blue Demon Merlyn, Valenti, Lilia, stuff like that, guys. So let's get into it. All right, guys, so for your main gear sets on your units, so as an example, let me just show you guys my teams I used to use. So this is the team I use right now. The main team that I use, I have Grimoire in the back actually, so let me just put him in the back. But this is my main team usually for most content, PvP, some PvE I'll do like if I really need for like as much damage, right? But my old team, guys, let me just pull it up real quick, or do I have it somewhere here? Maybe I don't. Oh, here we are. So this was my old team, guys. It's a pretty like generic team, right? You have green Esken, you have red Gother, blue King, and green Merlyn. So when I was building my main 4 gear sets for my team, because what you want to do, guys, is you want to prioritize your first 4 gear sets, because you want to build out your main team and to make them as maxed out as possible. So for blue King, I had him with an HP defense set, but right now I am working on a new one because I did give my other HP defense to Lilia. So this was his old HP defense, but I did give this to Lilia just because it had some pierce rolls on it and I thought to just build off of it. But you want to be going for HP defense on King, guys. So this is the one I'm building right now. Pretty bad rolls, obviously, but King as a unit, he's meant to support the team, right? He has the Purify, he has the Petrify, and he has an AoE ult. He's meant to just support the entire team, so you want to make sure he's HP defense. All right, guys, so for Gother, I did make a mistake early on. Well, it wasn't really a mistake. It's just because my team, when the game first came out, it was blue Diane, green Jericho, blue King, and then we had red Elizabeth in the back. I think it was a team like that. It was pretty like a pretty new team when the game first came out, right? Like it was mainly ult rush, and I didn't really need another HP defense set at that time. But at the moment, you want to be running HP defense on Gother. I don't really have an HP defense built for Gother. I have an attack defense, but you want to make sure he has HP defense. So I'll just put this one on for now. But the reason Gother is HP defense is because he's a supporting unit just like King. He has an AoE attack disable, he has a rank up card, and he has an AoE ult that does ult reduction. So his main job is to be ranking up your team and making it so the enemy can't attack with attack disables. So Gother is mainly a support, guys. You want to go HP defense. Another option also is 6 defense, which is a pretty good strategy if you want to make sure you get Gother's passive. And how 6 defense works, guys, is you have 6 pieces of defense equipment, right? So you have all these defense, right? And what it does is it gives you 60% extra defense on your Gother, and it'll increase your overall like patience ability from enemies. So if you get attacked by an enemy and it's a weak attack, you might get patience and your active unique will go off, so you'll get 10% attack for your entire team, which is a pretty good strategy. But for general content, I just recommend for HP defense on Gother. So yeah, guys, let's get into the next unit. And so for green Esken, it depends on the situation, but I would say attack defense for sure, just because Esken is a damaging unit. If you want to go for max CC, you could do HP defense, and look at his CC right now, guys, 41,000. That's with some pierce rolls at the top too. It's not even like a fully built HP defense set, but attack set is what you mainly want to go for, guys, just because Esken is an attacking unit, right? He's not a support. He's a damage dealing unit. He has an elegant blow, cruel sun, and a nuke ult that does like 1000% attack, like pretty insane. Esken is a definite attack defense unless you're going for CC, then HP defense. For green Merlyn, guys, she is also attack defense, and the reason is if her perfect cube didn't scale off attack, I would definitely say HP defense, just because she's mainly supporting. But because it scales off of attack, you want to go for attack, and just because she has a ult reduction attack which does a lot of damage, and she has an ult that does a pretty decent amount when you build out the ult gauge, or when you build out the dupes. So Merlyn, guys, attack defense, you want to make sure she's attack defense. Alright, so let's get into Lilia and Blue Demon Meliodas, guys. So for Lilia, you want to do HP defense. So this is her UR set I have built. So check out the PvP video I did, guys, with the full UR gear for Lilia. You want to make sure, guys, that she has HP defense because it helps for Lilia's CC overall just because she's a low CC unit, and you need Lilia to have a ton of HP just because she is a supporting unit. If she was an attacking unit, I would recommend attack defense, but the thing with Lilia is that all of her attacks scale off attack, but the reason for not going for attack is because you want to just have the pierce, right? You're going to go for pierce anyway. And what I like to do with my Lilia is do half attack, half pierce on both bracelet and ring. And what that does is it still gives me a decent amount of CC and also benefiting my attack skills while giving a good amount of pierce to Blue Demon Melly and Hauser per se. So that's how you want to build Blue Lilia, guys. And then for Blue Demon Meliodas, guys, depending on how you've built your Lilia, because I think it's kind of dependent on that, I would go for attack defense. This is just my attack crit damage build for PvE, but for PvP you want to make sure it's attack defense just to get a little extra defense just in case. Attack crit damage is pretty good. I mean, if you're whaling and you have like max substats on each thing, you'll probably one-shot the opponent anyway with this. So but you probably want to go for attack defense, guys, just for the general build. And you want to make sure you have half pierce, half attack if you're doing my setup like my Lilia. But if you're doing the situation, I would say if you do max pierce on Lilia and you only do pierce on her top two equipment pieces, then for Demon Meliodas I would just do full attack, just because you're gonna get that much pierce from Lilia anyway, and so you might as well just max out as much attack as you can. So that's Blue Demon Meliodas, guys. And then let's go to a unit like Valenti, guys. So let me just pull up my Valenti real quick. She's not really built just because I'm doing a pierce team, but she's here somewhere. Here she is. So for Valenti, guys, probably HP defense. So you definitely want to do HP defense just because Valenti is a unit you want to have high defense on, and with HP defense it gives you a ton of sustainability with HP, and it gives you a decent amount of defense, which will help with your resistance and basically patience-ing pierce rate teams. Another thing you can do is just like the Gother, where you could do 6 defense pieces, and that'll actually be pretty good for Valenti just because she's mainly based off of having a ton of resistance with her passive. So it decreases the enemy's pierce rate by the value of the hero's resistance at the start of the battle. So if your Valenti has like 100 resistance, if you can get it really high like that, then the opponent literally can't do anything with their pen team. So that's definitely how you want to build Valenti, guys. Let's go over another pretty common unit like Red Hellbrim, guys. So he's a unit, the King Broom team itself is based around Hellbrim being attack defense. You want to make sure he's attack defense because both his cards scale off of being attack. His first attack being the ult reduction and his second being the petrify. And his ult, you want to make sure your attack defense to also boost the ult damage, just because his ult is kind of lower amount compared to of damage compared to other units. Like at 6/6, I think his ult is only like 400 and something percent, right? Mine is 5/6 right now, and it's 490 with the combined attack. So it's not really high, guys, but you want to make sure he is attack defense. So let's just put an attack defense on him. Yeah, you want to make sure Hellbrim is attack defense. Another meta unit I would think, guys, is probably Hauser. Let's go over Hauser real quick. You want to build Hauser the same way you build Demon Melly. So you want to do half pierce, half attack. So I would do a build like this. You'd do half pierce, half attack, both your top 2 equipment pieces, and then attack defense. So basically the same as Demon Melly. You want to be going half pierce, half attack, just to synergize with Lilia when you use him. But if you're not running him with Lilia and you're running a full human team with like Arthur and stuff, you'd want to just do attack defense for sure. And then, guys, we're going to be going over Arthur as the final unit just because I think that's about the general gist of the meta at the moment. There isn't really any more units that are pretty viable. Yeah, let's go over Arthur real quick. So for Arthur, you want to make sure he is attack defense, guys. And the reason you go for attack defense is because you're already getting HP and defense from his Royal Sword skill, and you want to make sure his ult does a ton of damage, just because Arthur is a coin shop unit you can get his dupes for. So once it's max dupes, he hits for 840% attack. Has a ×2 chance of critting, which is really good. And if that's scaling off attack, you'll probably one-shot Eskenors, you'll one-shot possibly a Valenti, but most likely Eskenors, you'll definitely one-shot, and it also scales off his first recovery skill attack. So yeah, you want to make sure he has attack defense, guys. And I guess some honorable mention units that are used in PvP, will, like for Gallant and Blue Elihawk, they have the same like type of build, right? Because they're amplified units. So for them, you want to go attack defense. So it's pretty basic for them. Yep, Elihawk attack defense, Blue Gallant attack defense. And then for Grimoire, guys, just because Grimoire is a pretty important backline unit right now, you want to make sure he's attack defense, because when he comes in elite geared PvP, you want to make sure he can do a decent amount of damage on green units. And from what I've seen, attack defense Grimoire does a pretty good amount of damage on Eskenors, man. I've seen him do almost 40k on a level 2, which is pretty good. And Grimoire's shield also scales off attack, so you want to make sure you build him off attack. Alright guys, so I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe as always, guys, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out, guys.